Good morning, lovely people. It's about the 8th of August, I think. Just down here, Undercliff Drive. Looking up towards High Hatch there. In the encroaching holm oaks that are gradually wrecking the open chalk grassland up on the slope. Anyway, so enough of that. Let's go and have a look at the landslippy bit, shall we? Oh, green woodpecker calling. It's very excited about something. It's probably saying hello. Where have you been? Nice big crack in the road. Not getting any bigger, luckily. That bit there seems to be more recent. Let's have a look on the cycle path first. I've not put the external mic on, so it might be a little bit noisy with the breeze. I'm going to go down that way in a minute, but look up here first. See if it should all have settled down along here now, because it's been kind of summer and it hasn't been particularly wet. Just showery, but not any prolonged heavy rain topping up the groundwater, anything like that. Hopefully this coming autumn and winter are going to be relatively dry on the island. Obviously we don't know either way, but could do with letting the water levels drop a bit in the groundwater around here, so it doesn't cause more land movement, ground movement. Don't think this has moved at all, really. Good to see another one of the channel viewers, Mike, yesterday. Good to see you, Mike, and thanks for your ongoing support. It's very kind of you. Do love meeting subscribers to the channel. Nothing particularly going on here. Let's go have a look a little way down the coastal path where it goes towards Binnell. I'm only going to go about 100 metres down, so if that, probably 50 metres down. So I really want a coffee. Ah dear. Can't really give any news for the last couple of days. I've just been busy. My project in Dorset, which I'm working obviously remotely at the moment because the car has been coming and going from the hospital, from the garage. A couple of bits still to do on it, but got through the MOT, which was good. Relatively unscathed. Yeah, so it's path closed again. They did remove that. Unless they've just forgotten to remove it, I can't remember. It certainly looked as though it had been reopened at one stage. Maybe they changed their mind. Gate is still open. Well, I'm going to go down there because everyone else will be. Alright, fingers crossed. There won't have been much movement down here. The cracks will be just about the same as last time I came down here about a month ago. 5 weeks ago, probably. Crack there. That's opened up a bit. Great tit calling ahead of us. I really should try and get up earlier in the morning and do some really, really early morning walks. Yeah, this has definitely settled down a bit. Not really moving. Although I think this tree will inevitably come down at some point. It's been held up by the canopy of other trees. So I suspect this whole area will kind of stabilise now. Don't know what's going on down at Old Park, but presumably the root systems will have started to extend again, having been kind of snapped off by as the land has moved. So these sycamores will be putting down fresh roots which will bind things together a bit. Obviously the scale of the movement is big enough to just snap the roots again, but as long as there's not too much more instability, they should be relatively okay. Right, I'm going to go back up, I think. Hello. Hello. Hi. Lovely dog. Yes. Lovely friendly dogs, two of them. Oh dear. So I ought to find a way of attaching this camera for when I'm running. Videos really will be bobbing around if I record myself running, but it's quite nice to create content of that nature, show new areas where I don't normally walk but I do run. And also now I've got a bike because some very kind local found me a bike. I'm going to find an attachment for that as well. All funded by my very generous supporters via my buy me a coffee link or the thanks button next to the video, next to the like buttons. So yeah, if I can get a camera mounty thingy for the bike, that'd be really good. It's probably better than finding, that's probably a higher priority than the running one, to be honest, because it won't be quite as unwatchable as a bobby up and down running one will be. Drone is obviously very high on the list of priorities. Again, supported by donations from you people watching this channel, so thank you for that, much appreciated. Certainly add a dimension to these videos, having a drone following me around a bit. There's Flea. Go this way a little bit, not very far. See if a red squirrel scurries across the road. Probably won't. Green woodpecker again. Do love this little camera, Osmo Pocket 3 DJI, same manufacturer as the drone. Very similar camera setup on the drone itself, I gather. Been watching lots of YouTube videos on drones and how not to lose them. But yeah, the camera setup's really similar. I do love the way this one keeps everything level. It doesn't resolve the bobbing up and down situation, but nothing will. Well, there is an attachment you can buy that makes the whole contraption ridiculously large, but it does ease off the bobbing. So I might have to invest in one of those. Not entirely sure yet. I think it's a priority. You'll just have to put up with the bobbing. I'm not going to do ninja walking, which is, I'll do ninja walking now, so in theory that's reduced the bobbing. Tell me if it has in the comments. But I just look like a muppet more than a ninja. Right, back to normal. What are the cracks doing here? Yeah, that will do, I think. Let's go into town so I can get a coffee, I think. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. There's the old inner cliff face again. Press the like button if you like the video, and watch other videos. Get my watch hour back up. So it's my watch hours, obviously, because I haven't really been put in many videos up because I've been really busy. The watch hours have slumped, and therefore the income from ad revenue has slumped from averaging £3.50 a day at the height to about 25p a day. If I'm lucky, I will check that again. I'll do some averages for the last couple of weeks and see what the average is. But it's under 50p, that's for sure. It's probably under 20p as well. But I'll check and I'll report back in the next video, because I'm sure you're all gripped by such information. Some juvenile thing calling there. Something's fledged. Sounds a bit cresty. Yeah, I actually heard great green bush crickets yesterday, which I thought I couldn't hear anymore, but clearly I can. Up on Steep Hill Down Road. So that was nice to see those. I thought my ears were completely shot, but I can still hear some high-pitched calls. Can't hear tree pipit as far as I know. Or I haven't been hearing tree pipits. Too early in the autumn for those. Well, a few can be going through, but I've been in places in Dorset where there are tree pipits. I've flushed through a few from Wild Woodbury at Beer Regis. So they were certainly tree pipits, but I didn't hear any of them calling. I think they had to be very close to me to be able to pick those up with my knackered ears. So it was good to hear great green bush cricket again. Anyway, let's go and get a coffee. It's a bit breezy down here, just down on a Ventnor East Cliffs. Really is blowy. So the forecast is to have a day or two of windy, potentially wet weather. Can't see any sign of the wet weather at the moment. And then a bit of a heat wave for the weekend. What is it now? Thursday, I believe. So Saturday, especially Sunday, are going to be hot apparently. Then it's going to cool right off again. I think Monday might be quite warm, I can't remember. But over 30 degrees in London, which I think qualifies as a heat wave. Obviously it'll be nowhere near that on the coast here, which is why I like it on the coast here during a heat wave. It's strange, I will be in the tropics from not this winter but the winter after, winter 2025. So from then I'll be in the tropics every winter, and yet I can't really cope with the heat. But I'm sure I will find a way. Not much sign of any migrant birds. So these tamarisks here at Devonshire Terrace do draw in the migrating land birds at this time of year, things like willow warblers. And that should really be kicking off kind of now, really. Late July onwards. We're now in the end of the first week in August. So things will start to move. So probably up on Ventnor Downs there would have been a little arrival of willow warblers and probably the odd redstart and that sort of thing. And you can normally tell when there has been a little arrival up on the downs, because there'll be one or two in here as well, in these tamarisks. You always get far smaller numbers down here, actually within the Undercliff. At this early in the autumn, most of them are up on the downs. Most of these land bird migrants, they're all migrating south, and they stop off to feed at good spots along the south coast and the east coast, especially the south coast, I think. And they feed and they build up their fat reserves so they can carry on migrating over the English Channel. Right, let's get down into the bay because I do need some coffee. Well, it looks like another boat is going to be launched at some point today. It's nice and new and well fitted out. Cheetah Marine. Somebody's not happy.